Okay, vocal edit lesson number 2, part 5. Vocal editing lesson number 2, part 5. There we go. Okay, so where we left off is
That she got him for free.
we're still repairing this for free here. So we got the vowel lined up. That's the F sound. So we're going to drag that like that and like that. That should line up pretty good. Good. And there's the end of the vowel. Okay, so this is a shorter vowel here. So we may want to look for a vowel that's similar length. So this is take 12. This is take 13. What is this one up here? This is take 12. So let's take a look at take 11. That's smaller. I'm going to try to match take 12's vowel. If I can find one that looks like that, and then hopefully it's similar pitch. Okay. Here is, there's a vowel. It's basically a tonic. Pretty much singing the tonic all the way through the song. That's like almost a half step flat. Good shape. And I'll honestly take it if I can't find it. I'll actually, because, that one's weird. That one's flat. Okay, where's that one that was similarly shaped? Was it 9? Yeah, it's flat, but it's the right shape. So let's take that vowel. Look at that, it's perfect match.
For free.
So they're both kind of flat, and we'll deal with that in pitch correction. Got in for free. Da 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 da. Singing the same note over and over again. My melody is mostly the tonic. All right, so just extending this F sound. I'm actually going to try to extend it right up to the ending because it's longer. That way, okay, good. Now I'm going to extend it into the vowel. So basically, I'm trying to give it as much vowel as possible and not edit into the F sound at all. Editing into a sibilance or especially an F sound is very bad. You never want to edit anywhere inside of an F sound because the something about the formant of the white noise being modulated in any way that's other than the way it was originally sung ends up sounding bad. So I try to edit sibilances as little as possible, even including if I'm doing elastic audio. If I were doing this with elastic audio, I try to often preserve the original audio of the sibilants or F sounds as much as possible. Okay, so we put our crossfades in. That looks like a pretty good set of...
Got him for free.
That sounds good. And then we have, I think this is a breath. So I'm just going to line those up. And extend that back a little bit. Right to, so now what's going to happen is these vowels are going to end at almost exactly the same spot. And then I'll just do that with that, which is what I'm looking for. So I got a nice ending for those vowels. Okay, so then he's got an E. So we're just going to do a fade in. And what I've discovered with this particular song, this particular singer, is that the breaths sound more natural out of the phrase rather than into. And it will change from song to song and singer to singer, but usually the breath wants to attach to the next vowel, In this guy's case, it sounds more natural attaching to the out vowel.
Free.
Okay, so in other words, he breathes a little closer to the end of the singing rather than finishes and then waits and then breathes right before the next phrase, which is actually how most people do it. They usually like wait till like almost they're ready to sing and then they breathe. Okay. Just put a crossfade there. That looks good. Put a fade out. And what do we have here? Okay, let's do that. That looks good. So I could probably get a little bit more out of that breath. I don't have to fade it out as much. This will sound more natural. That's good. And that's an H sound. So a little bit of an H sound. I'll give it a little more room air so it doesn't sound cut off. A little more air. Yeah. Take a little of that. You can hear a little bit of the tambourine or hi-hat or something. Yeah, now it's gone. All right. Let's move on to the next section. So we already went through this and kind of lined up our vowels. So all we're really doing now is just kind of going through and putting our fades in, lining things up in the attack transients, making sure that the consonants are lining up, dealing with any kind of noise in between the phrases. There's a pop right there. Let's deal with that. Oops. Okay. Oh, there's some more. There's quite a bit. Okay, let's get in there and get those. And you know, this is like art. Oh, that's the source take. I didn't need to do that. It's just like tracing. You know, you're just tracing the waveform. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want to make it worse. You know, I mean, so your drawing should be decent, but it doesn't have to be great. As long as you're getting rid of most of that high frequency information. And you can tell high frequency from low frequency. Low frequency is a bigger wave. That's a low frequency. So this is now lower frequency noise. So that's acceptable. High frequency noise is when you can see that the waveform is a lot faster, it's a lot denser. If it's dense, then it's higher frequency. So the higher the frequency, the denser the waveform. If it's very, very dense or prickly, then it's going to be a high frequency experience. It's going to be probably some sort of noise. So that's the attack transient there. So I'm not going to edit that because I'd start to mess that up. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make the edit happen a little bit earlier there, and that looks good. Doesn't look like there's much noise. I'm not going to worry about fading in, fading out on that one. I think that looks pretty clean. Let's hear it.
She know the guys at the...
Okay, so now, again, I think we can probably speed this along by just placing regular crossfades in these. The noise floor there looks very, very low. Good, consistent noise floor. So we don't have to go into the fade in, fade out situation. We can just kind of. There's a little bit of a click right there. Let's go in and get it. Also, a couple over on the other track as well. So we'll just get them all at once here. That's on the source track, but let's do it. Oh, another one on the source track. May as well get them out in case I ever need that source track. Okay, that looks good. Let's put the fade in here. And you can see that's the attack transient on the out of that edit. So I'm just gonna
the duh,
nudge it over, and I decided to fade in, fade out on this one because it's a little longer pause.
the duh, obvious.
So there's a breath in the middle there. You can see it here on the unused take. So I edited in the middle of a breath, which is a no-no. So I'm just going to do that. Now, I'm not really crazy about the shape of that second breath. I'd like a breath that looks more like that one. So that one is take 13. This is take 9. That's up here, take 9. So let's go to 12. No, 11. 11 looks good. Usually what happens with these takes is takes that are closer in proximity to the number of a previous take. In other words, if you're looking for a match for take 13, take 12 is going to be a better candidate than take 1 because, you know, the person was in a different headspace in take 1 than they are by the time they get to take 13. So these things have a tendency to evolve a bit over time. So when you're looking for a mate for take 6, for instance, take 5 and take 7 are the first place that you're going to look. You're going to go out from the source track. The source track is take 10, look at take 9, look at take 11, look at take 12, look at take 8 before you go to take 1. You know, you're going to try to spiral out of that spot. Okay, let's put a fade there. And you got a little noise there on vocal 2, so let's just get rid of that. Okay. I probably could have just put a crossfade in there and done it that way, but let's see if fading in, fading out is going to be okay, if it doesn't sound weird.
At the duh, obvious.
Little bit of lack of presence. Let's do it this way now.
Duh, obviously.
Let's put a fade here. Okay. I almost feel like I need a longer sibilance there. Oh no, that one's good. Oh no, if I edit like that, that probably... No, I've said before, never edit inside of a sibilance. Well, that means like in the middle. If you edit right on the very edge of it, you can sometimes get away with it. That looks like it's gonna, I'm gonna creak by.
Obviously.
Yeah, that was fine. I might even nudge this edit up a little. Okay, and then put a fade out there. So that obviously fades out too quick. Let's see if there's any clicks. There's a couple. They're not too bad. Let me, before I even bother with editing them, I'm just going to chop it. Yeah, that's okay. Although I hear those clicks, so let me just kind of go in and get them really quick here. It's really more of a... It's more of a breath sound than it is a click so much. So I'm not going to edit that bigger one out. I'm just going to get these finer clicks out. So that's more of a breath sound. So I'm not editing that out. I'll just leave it. Okay, that's going to be fine.
She know the guys at the door, obviously.
Okay, now we'll move on to this next piece in the next video.